In this podcast episode, the guest, Paul Conti, discusses the importance of taking responsibility for one's own life and mental well-being in order to find happiness and bring order to the chaos of the world. He emphasizes the need to understand oneself and take stock of one's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Conti explains that our minds are like icebergs, with the conscious part above the water and the larger, unconscious part below. Understanding ourselves requires curiosity, self-scrutiny, and reflection, as well as seeking help from others through therapy, reading, and learning. Conti highlights the societal challenges in addressing trauma and the lack of support and resources available. He criticizes the medical system for prioritizing throughput and cost containment, which often leads to over-reliance on medication rather than addressing the underlying issues. He argues that trauma creates false lessons within us, leading to shame, fear, and a lack of self-responsibility. To move forward, he suggests releasing ourselves from the lessons of trauma and understanding that something happened to us that we couldn't control. Conti emphasizes the importance of self-worth and taking responsibility for oneself. He acknowledges that while there are people who can help and support us, ultimately, our lives are our own responsibility. He encourages individuals to overcome the fear and incompetence that may hinder them from taking responsibility for their own well-being. He also discusses the impact of trauma on our biology and how it can accelerate the aging process. When it comes to addressing trauma, Conti suggests taking stock of what is going on inside oneself and recognizing the level of distress. If the distress is severe, he advises seeking immediate help, such as going to a hospital. However, he acknowledges the challenges in accessing appropriate resources and emphasizes the need to be perseverant in advocating for oneself. He also suggests exploring community resources, such as religious or charitable organizations, that may offer free or discounted help. Conti acknowledges that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to addressing trauma. He discusses the role of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, as a tool in the therapeutic process but cautions against relying solely on it. He believes that understanding oneself is crucial and that CBT alone may not address the deeper issues and changes that occur after trauma. He emphasizes the importance of human connection and positive projective identification in therapy, where the therapist's belief in the person's worth and potential can help them internalize a more positive self-perception. Conti continues by highlighting the significance of genuine human connection and how it can make a difference in people's lives. He shares personal experiences of patients who have expressed surprise when he doesn't recoil from their traumatic stories. This lack of recoil and genuine empathy can have a profound impact on individuals who have internalized shame and trauma. Conti believes that this connection and understanding are crucial for effective therapy. Conti then delves into the idea that trauma is fundamentally about connection. He suggests that a third question to understand someone's internal state and their capacity for positive internal states is whether they are aware of the goodness inside them. This question aims to uncover if individuals can still see the positive aspects of themselves and their ability to do good things for others, even in the face of trauma. The conversation shifts to the topic of isolation and its detrimental effects on individuals. Conti explains that humans are not built to be alone and isolated, we are wired for connection. He shares examples of patients who have experienced extreme isolation, such as a man with Cotard syndrome who believed he was dead. Conti emphasizes the importance of connection and the need for a structure in one's life to combat isolation. The guest then discusses the movie, Cast Away, and its portrayal of isolation. He suggests that individuals in isolation can engage in activities such as journaling, talking to themselves, and recalling positive memories to maintain their sanity. These activities help individuals keep a structure and a sense of self, even in isolation. Conti brings up the concept of meaning and purpose in life, drawing from the books Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl and Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. He explains that trauma often leads individuals to believe that they are cursed or that they will never find meaning or worth. However, he emphasizes the importance of finding meaning in order to persevere and be resilient. Conti believes that helping individuals ascribe meaning to their trauma is crucial for their healing process. The conversation continues with Conti reflecting on his own experiences and finding meaning in his brother's suicide. He acknowledges the negative impact of the event but also recognizes the positive outcomes, such as his decision to pursue a career in medicine and help others. Conti believes that understanding the consequences and downstream effects of traumatic events can help individuals find meaning and move forward. Conti continues by discussing the fear and pressure that can arise when facing a lack of income or uncertainty about the future. He explains that these concerns can be overwhelming, but they also serve as a reminder of one's own resilience and ability to navigate challenges. He encourages individuals to view these circumstances as an opportunity to make meaning and find purpose in their lives. Conti acknowledges that the process of self-exploration and understanding can be difficult, and he emphasizes the importance of seeking therapy or engaging in introspection to gain insight into one's own narrative. He credits his therapist, Gregory H., for helping him develop this understanding and find meaning in his own life. The conversation then shifts to discussing individuals who are driven to achieve and push their limits. Conti explains that while it is important to have goals and strive for personal growth, it is equally important to recognize one's limitations and take care of oneself. He advises individuals to assess their own well-being and consider if they are overwhelming themselves with unrealistic expectations. He highlights the need to find a balance between pushing oneself and practicing self-care. Conti also addresses the role of emotion in driving individuals to push themselves beyond their limits. He explains that logic and reason can help individuals understand their behaviors and choices, but it is often emotions that drive their actions. He suggests that individuals who are hyperdriven are often responding to underlying trauma or emotional experiences. By understanding the emotional factors at play, individuals can gain insight into their motivations and make healthier choices. The conversation then delves into the concept of self-acceptance and self-love. Conti cautions against too much self-acceptance without earning it, as he believes that individuals should strive to improve and grow. He encourages individuals to earn their own respect by doing things they find valuable and meaningful. He emphasizes the importance of recognizing one's own worth and not building self-esteem solely on external achievements. Conti shares a personal story about his uncle, referred to as Uncle Rango, who had a transformative experience during World War II. Despite being expelled from school and facing low expectations, Uncle Rango went on to serve in the war and demonstrated bravery and leadership. However, he also carried the burden of having to make difficult decisions, such as killing prisoners, which haunted him for the rest of his life. Conti highlights the complexity of trauma and the impact it can have on individuals, even in the face of personal triumphs. The conversation continues with a discussion on the breakdown of shared narratives in society, particularly in the age of social media. Conti acknowledges the challenges posed by the rapid dissemination of information and the algorithmic nature of social media platforms. He expresses concern about the loss of cohesive narratives and the impact it can have on individuals' understanding of themselves and the world. He emphasizes the importance of helping individuals establish their own narratives and contextualize their experiences within a broader social context. Conti argues that the narrative we tell ourselves about our experiences is crucial in determining the impact of trauma. If we view trauma as something that defines us and limits our potential, it can lead to feelings of worthlessness and unhappiness. However, if we can find a way to tell a different story about our trauma, one that empowers us and allows us to move forward, we can overcome its negative effects. He emphasizes that trauma is not inherently good or bad, but rather it is our perception and interpretation of it that determines its impact. While certain events, such as the death of a loved one or being unjustly imprisoned, can be objectively considered bad, our response to these events can vary. Conti believes that taking responsibility for ourselves and our actions is crucial in overcoming trauma and finding meaning in our lives. He also discusses the importance of shared narratives in building a sense of unity and connection. In today's society, where social media algorithms often lead to the atomization of tribes and the breakdown of a broader sense of unity, it is essential to find common ground and shared values. Conti suggests that building a shared narrative starts with taking responsibility for ourselves and our immediate surroundings. By living our responsibilities and striving to be the best versions of ourselves, we can create a positive impact on our communities and the world. Conti expresses concerns about the rise of artificial intelligence, AI, and its potential impact on society. He believes that AI should be approached with caution, as it has the potential to perpetuate trauma and evil if not guided by a deep understanding of human emotions and values. He argues that intelligence alone is not enough to ensure positive outcomes, as history has shown that intelligent individuals can still perpetrate evil acts. Instead, he suggests that compassion and empathy should be guiding principles in the development of AI. The conversation also touches on the origins of evil and the role of trauma in its perpetuation. Conti believes that trauma plays a significant role in driving individuals to commit evil acts. While some individuals may have biological predispositions to certain behaviors, the majority of evil acts stem from the trauma they have experienced. Understanding and addressing trauma, particularly in early childhood, is crucial in preventing the perpetuation of evil. Conti concludes by emphasizing the importance of gratitude and humility in finding happiness and fulfillment. He believes that individuals who have a sense of gratitude and humility, regardless of their external circumstances, are more likely to lead fulfilling lives. By understanding ourselves, taking responsibility for our actions, and striving to be the best versions of ourselves, we can create a positive impact on the world and find true happiness. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.